cause a bridge to prosperity. Youth empowerment actors, empowering the youth. Youth empowerment actors.
Good afternoon, televiewers of High TV. You are doing well watching High TV at this point on time. The program on air is Talk to the Youth, a program of youth empowerment actors for development. We are receiving today Mr. Sidoine Felix Leudjie. He is the 2018 chapter president of JCI Boya Summit. We are celebrating the International Youth Day in the theme of safe spaces for young people. And it is in this regard and many more that we are welcoming a dynamic young leader who, through his hard work, has proven his worth as a leader. Mr. Felix Sidoine Leudjie, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's your second time. Very few people have been able to keep that record on this platform. What's your secret?
It's already gratitude for you to bring me on your program 2 times, and certainly the faith in the work in serving humanity we do is what has given me the privilege to once more come back here. And coming here today is not certainly to talk about myself as a person, but in line with the theme of today's International Youth Day, to provide safe spaces. Today, my passage on your program will be to show to young people how they can get an enabling platform, not just to put their ideas in practice, but build from the ideas they have to create positive change in our communities.
Indeed, to create positive change in our community. I remember in those days when you were taking us classes on public speaking. My first public classes speaking were actually taken with Mr. Sidoine, who is present here on the platform. Sidoine, with you, we shall be visiting the profile of Junior Chamber International. It is an international organization with more than 126 years, more than 103 years old. And we are coming today to talk about JCI. JCI, civil society or occultic group?
Okay, it's an interesting question. I probably want to look the camera to tell if JCI in itself, it's what some people call an occultic group, or probably the civil society organization it is. Now, Junior Chambers International, created in 1915, why many people think today is an occultic group, is certainly because primarily they would tell us that most JCI members are very, very successful people, which is of course very totally understandable. They say, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. If you make friends with people who are constantly working and constantly providing solutions to day-to-day challenges, why on earth would these people not be happy? Some people will tell us that the way we dress in JCI and probably putting on the pin makes us look like probably Freemasons or Rosicrucians. But no, if we feel this is just the environment of our logo, and we can put it on and we can put it up, but this just identifies us as JCI members.
We have watched some of your convention where you intronize your president wearing the diamond chains. Must you carry on that process that reads in order to perform leadership?
No, we must not intronize somebody with a chain in order to perform leadership. But now this is important to point out. The chain put on in JCI by JCI president is simply an American tradition. In America, leaders are turned to be given what they call the chain to distinguish them as leaders. It's not everybody that puts on the chain. For example, in Cameroon, mayors tie the ribbon, the flag at their waist, while parliamentarians or senators put it halfway. And that is just to show that these are mayors, these are parliamentarians, or probably go into our traditional setup. The chiefs are probably dressed a little bit different from the ordinary people. So it's just an American tradition, where in America, when you are made a leader in such organization, you are simply given a chain of authority, making you understand that you are at the service of people, and these people should be able to hold you accountable for what you've been given the responsibility to do.
To be the global network of young active citizens. That is what JCI members around the world claim to be. Felix Leudjie, Sidoine, how did you find yourself there?
My journey in JCI started some time back in 2013 while I was in the University of Boya. I had an elder brother, you of course, who is a JCI member. You met me some time back when I was trying to mobilize St. Francis ex-students to form what today we have the FESA organization. And you notice that we had that drive. I don't want to say alone, because with a couple of friends like Quincan Fidelis, who are now JCI members, we had that drive to see our ex-student association, people from St. Francis, to be engaged in not just parties, but how can we build on ourselves and make our lives and our communities better. And he said, but why don't you take the same energy and get into an organization like JCI, where your skills can be improved upon, and then you can use this particular skill not just to better or further, but contribute in other perspectives. So that is how I got into JCI in 2013 as a student in the University of Boya, at the time doing law. And it was so amazing the way these guys were dressed, because honestly, when I went for my first JCI conference, I was in a jean and a t-shirt, but I realized that these guys were well suited and they had a manner of talking which was totally different, because at the time I was in my quest for public speaking. I wanted to improve my public speaking skills. And I attended the conference, I Am Cameroon, at the time, by Are Obenson, who came. And there's this beautiful presenter, JC Nuela Epienuela, who was the host at that particular program with JC Besem. They had an amazing way of addressing the audience, and I fell in love with the way they entertained and spoke with the audience. And that primarily, speaking in public took me to JCI. But beyond speaking in public, in the process of serving, where I humbly served as a acting National Secretary General of 2016 and personal assistant to the UB President in 2015, I learned not just how to speak in public, but how to engage my community and my peers, which explains the success I am building in the area of civil society, leadership, and personal development and motivation.
Wow, it is so interesting listening to you. We should equally use this time to pay more attribute to our friends out there, leadership, JCI members. We want to think of Babila, we want to think of Senator George Mufo, we want to think of Roland Kweme, which is one of the tycoon. When we talk about JCI in Cameroon, we want to talk about Laye Bonku, was the 2016, Peren Kwenke, Agio Onana, and so many other people that I might not list their name here. With you, Felix, before we go on a short break, we want to talk about your achievement. You have been the Secretary General for JCI Cameroon, that was in 2016, and you have held so many other positions. I want to believe so. So, what have been your achievements?
As an individual who firmly understands what JCI is, because JCI's mission is to provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. So what JCI does with us young people, because it's important to know that JCI members are aged 18 to 40. So immediately at the age 40, you can be a full JCI member, but of course we can make you a senator if we members deem it necessary. And what JCI does is they empower us young people to be able to incarnate what makes a good boy a better boy, an active citizen, a proficient citizen. So in terms of achievement, with these skills and the experience I have built from JCI, because JCI primarily builds us so that we can build other civil society organizations, we can build our communities, we can build our businesses, and for those who are interested in politics, can build better political environment. So with the skills I have achieved in JCI, honestly, that's what got my job today as coordinator of clubs and associations in Pan-African Civil Development West Africa. And we started a couple of organizations, for example, YALDA, which is doing perfectly good today. We started the UN Women Club around Commonwealth Club, and today the Toastmaster Club, which are skills I was able to build from JCI, which is primary JCI's mission, giving us these development opportunities. Take them, go to other organizations, help these other young people learn how things are being done. For example, come to Pan-African, the school over there. Pan-African 5 years back, in terms of youth engagement in extracurricular activities on campus, has totally improved. We now find young people who are not just class-oriented, but young people who are willing to learn and go back to communities and execute what they have learned. Young people who are ready and willing to have fun in the process of working. After all, reading without playing makes just a dull boy. So those are the achievements I've been able to have and pass across thanks to JCI.
Tremendous, quite tremendous. It's so sweet listening to you, Mr. Felix. We are going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we shall be talking about the JCI Boya Summit First General Assembly that is coming up on Wednesday, 15th day of August 2018. Stay tuned.
Youth empowerment actors. Helping youth cause a bridge to prosperity.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, we are on Talk to the Youth. We are receiving today the 2018 chapter president of JCI Boya Summit, which is one of the JCI branches in Cameroon. There are so many branches, and I will now invite Mr. Felix Sidoine Leudjie to please tell us what is JCI Boya Summit, how old they have been, and what have been the achievement before talking about the upcoming event. Felix? You are the 2018 chapter president. We want to believe that before you, there have been some other presidents.
Of course, there have been other presidents, you inclusive, in 2015. So JCI Boya Summit is a local organization of JCI, what we call the LOM, local organization. So JCI Boya Summit is a branch of JCI Cameroon, and JCI Cameroon is an affiliate of JCI. When I talk about JCI, I'm talking about JCI International. So what does JCI do? We have three levels of leadership in JCI. We have the international level, and the national level, and the local level. And the local level tend to be the most important. Why? Because that is where the impact itself is felt. So we as local members, some people say we are local members, but we are these members, not just in Boya Summit, for example, but today we have more than 2,000 local organizations across the globe. Like we indicated, JCI existing today since 2015, and JCI Boya Summit is over 20 years of existence with so many great minds who have emerged from JCI Boya Summit. For example, we have Senator Ted Eyong, who was a very active member, board member in the OIC today, and today a very active one in Cali University. We have Senator Roland Kwame, who happened to be the first Black president of JCI World. We have huge past presidents like yourself here, Mr. Eugene Cyril. And basically that is it. Three levels of leadership in JCI: the local level, like JCI Boya Summit; the national level, JCI Cameroon; and we are all affiliates to JCI International.
Okay, on the 29th of July, we saw a cross-section of JCI members, both the young and the old, gathered in Leudjie Hotel in Douala for the occasion of their National General Assembly. And a lot of points were brought together, including how they are going to prepare for the National Convention. And we have been told that on the 15th of August, that is next week Wednesday, you are convening the city dwellers of Boya. I want to talk of mostly bank officers. We are thinking about civil society leaders. We are equally thinking about youth leaders wherever they are. You are convening them for a meeting at Oxford House.
Yes, on August 15, JCI Boya Summit is calling all young people across the city of Boya and neighboring cities to be able to come and discover what is the organization JCI. Thanks for your program. I can speak a little bit about JCI, but I cannot speak about JCI entirely and the benefit it has on lives and communities. But then if you are in Boya, if you are around Boya, you are invited to be part of JCI Boya Summit General Assembly, 15th of August, 5 p.m. at Oxford Guest House. Now, talking about the National Convention, which was some days back in Douala, every year, not just in JCI Cameroon, but JCI countries across the world, JCI has what we call National General Assemblies. What are National General Assemblies? This is an event that brings JCI members across the entire national territory, where these JCI members get to speak, get to meet each other, and ask themselves, we started the year in January. Now, today in March, how far have we gone? We had a plan of action. How well have we implemented our plan of action? And how well have we impacted members? Because it is important to note in JCI, impact is supposed to be felt at three levels. We talk about the individual. We are out to ensure that young people are become better citizens or proficient citizens. Secondly, we understand that if these young people can be better, then the community in which they are should be, of course, improved. So the second level of improvement or impact in JCI is the community. Now, the third level is the organization, because I particularly owe JCI, because JCI has made me to be who I am today, even beyond the master and the first degree I have had.
And I'm very certain that Juicy Dolores, Fomi Vanessa, and
Yes.
Ernest are also team member for the organizing committee. I saw them working tremendously within the week, sharing letters from up and down, inviting people for this event. But why is it so important that people should come and attend this event?
Just to highlight, honestly, the grace of having the team you just got, Emmanuel Babila, Priscilla Dolores, Vanessa, and yourself inclusive, have been doing tremendous work and tire endlessly to ensure that these people who come to this organization or for this general assembly don't go back the same. Now, how important is this organization? In line with today's theme of the International Day of the Youth, which is providing safe spaces, are you out there and do you want to improve on your skills? Do you think you need better skills in leadership, in communication, in probably effective meetings, in entrepreneurship, or even better still politics, though we are an apolitical organization? Or do you want an organization or a platform where you can exercise the skills you already have? Do you want an organization, a platform where you can impact your communities and make those other areas of the communities which are still below expectation to come up to reasonable standard? Then JCI is the ideal platform for you, not just to build on skills, but a platform for you to impact other people. And for young people, I am sure most of us are going to school, and upon graduation, we are certainly asked when we go for jobs, do we need, let's say, a master's degree, 2 or 3 years working experience? Now, this is an opportunity for you to build on working experience, because I have served with JCI for my 3 years in University of Boya, and today 2 years in masters when I was in Pan Africa. And that is how many years of working experience? 5 years of work experience as a student. So this is another platform for you to build work experience while you are a student, but most importantly, which is the best work of life, serving humanity.
Mr. Sidoine Felix Leudjie, I will forever be grateful for the public speaking skills that you impacted in my life. And today I can be over the media talking without fear. And so many other forums you have opened for me and JCI to benefit. We are going to take another short break now, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we shall be talking about areas of opportunities in JCI to round up the program. Stay tuned.
Empowerment actors. Helping youth. Cause a bridge to prosperity. Youth empowerment actors. Empowering the youth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you are just joining us, you are not too late, but we are about to round up with the meeting with the 2018 chapter president for JCI Boya Summit, Mr. Sidoine Felix Leudjie. He is here talking about the JCI event that will take place Wednesday, 15th day of August 2018 at Oxford House from 5 p.m. With you now, Felix, we want to visit some areas of opportunities in JCI. You did mention of public speaking, effective time management, effective communication, effective leadership, and a cross-section of others. Some few months ago, notably in July, JCI World was celebrating or had the JCI Summit meeting that was in the New York at the Intercontinental Hotel at Berkeley. What was this summit all about?
Okay, the International Youth Partnership Summit, which was done a couple of months back in the United States, is an initiative of JCI to bring together like-minded organizations so that they can work together and create even bigger impact. Now, this is what is happening. In today's community, we realize that there are a lot of organizations who are doing a lot of things, but differently or probably not in a very coherent manner. So JCI, as a leading global network organization, thought it wise some years back, but why not bring civil society organizations together, youth-led organizations together, first of all, know each other and network, because today somebody said, show me your network and I will determine your net worth. So with the International Youth Partnership Summit, which is done at the international level, at the continental level, and very soon on the national level, because JCI Cameroon is working on being able to pull civil society organizations together to say, okay, what have we been doing so far? How can we work together? Are there opportunities for people who do in gender-related activities? Are there opportunities for people who do in leadership-related activities, or those who are in entrepreneurship, or probably environmental protection?
Actually talking about those engaged in gender activity, we had a representative of he for she. It's a concept from the UN.
Yes, the He for She campaign, one of the campaigns of the UN Women, we strive at not just promoting gender equality but gender mainstreaming, is an initiative by the UN Women which JCI has been doing, and other international organizations like ISEC, YALDA, and a host of others have been doing. So you see, the Youth International Partnership Summit is an ideal platform for these civil society organizations across the globe to come together and not just get to know themselves, but say, okay, how can we work together as one so that we can have even bigger impact?
Interesting.
Yes.
Talking about ISEC, we actually saw the 2018 president of ISEC International there at the summit. We are also talking about the World Cleanup Day, which is coming up on September 15. JCI has created an app where young people who intend to organize a cleanup campaign in their community could just go and download the app and produce whatever gadget they want to produce. I think JCI is doing a tremendous work.
Yes, JCI indeed is doing a very, very laudable initiative. Today we are working in alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals as proposed to us by UN systems. And in one of the goals is protect our environment. Now look at the level of waste we have around, which these waste can be recycled. So JCI has studied wise. Why don't we come up with an initiative that political organization to do something about the environment? Now you may have noticed that the quantity of rainfall, particularly in Boya, for the past 3 years has been reducing, and which has the level of environmental defects in our community is affecting our climate. So something needs to be done, because if we are not facing the effect of climate change today, then our generation will face. And it is our responsibility to ensure that we provide a safe environment, not just for ourselves, but the generations to come.
Sidoine, we are on the top of the mountain, Mount Fako, and we have been riding on the high gear. I must tell you, I want to believe that most of our televiewers are somehow lost in our discussion. But please, we are in the midst of a conflict in the Southwest, and JCI has this activity, Peace is Possible campaign. Please, could you throw more light on that and tell us what JCI has done at the midst of the Anglophone crisis?
At midst of the crisis which is affecting Cameroon today, which is actually a deplorable situation, and we want to say rest in peace to all those who have lost their lives in the course of the ongoing crisis, and we have to really say it's actually a sad situation, because indeed peace is possible. Why do I say peace is possible? Government, civil societies, individuals need to take their responsibilities, because I am of the opinion that if government took its responsibility in doing their promises, we wouldn't have been here. However, what we are doing in JCI is that through our campaign, Peace is Possible, we are preaching to young people, to all who are willing to hear, that indeed we must not solely depend on governmental effort, but through skills acquisition, through understanding that we must not always be on an offensive mode, but see how we can make use of the opportunities around us. We can get into peace, because peace starts within before it even gets out.
Beautiful. Man Magdanzi said that also. Felix, we are gradually moving to the end of this wonderful short program. Your last word to the televiewers have been glued over the program.
And today, it's been an exciting journey to have me back on your platform. And to all televiewers who are listening to us today, it is important you understand that in life we practically have 4 categories of people. The first category of people are those who are constantly speaking about things that happen. Like one elder brother said, these people suffer from the ABC syndrome. They are constantly accusing, blaming, and complaining about things which are happening. Now ask yourself, do I want to be amongst these people who are constantly talking about things that happen? A lot of them do that. A second category of people are those who are watching things happen. And do you want to sit back and sit on your hands and look at things happen and look at history being made without you being part of history? That's the second category of people. We have a third category of people, and very few, just 3% in the world's population, who appear among these few people who actually take action to make things happen. And unfortunately, a fourth category who don't even know that something happened. Now, televiewers, do you want to be remembered by history to be among these people who positively contributed to the well-being of society? If yes is your answer, then come to JCI or come to other civil society organizations, and we are going to share with you skills to not just improve your life, improve your immediate communities, but make the world a better place.
To be the global network of young active citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what JCI claims to be. The world continues to be a bad place because the right people keep silent on things that matter. Singular said in one of his music, we know that you are very sensitive, and that is why whatever we are saying to you, we mean it. If you have to fall in love with us, please do, because there is more assurance. This is how we saw it for this other exciting program of youth empowerment actors. Talk to the Youth was receiving today Mr. Leudjie Sidoine Felix. He is the 2018 chapter president of JCI Boya Summit. I was with Cyril saying thank you for kindness and Collins, who assure the technical dashboard, to all the youth empowerment actors that are preparing heavily to take over the platform, and to every other listener who follow us and was so satisfied with the program. Even for those who kept their comment, please join on our Facebook page, as we will be receiving any comments that you have for us. At this point in time, it is a bye-bye. We'll meet again next week when it shall be 12:30 on the dot. Bye-bye.
Youth empowerment actors.